What's happening, guys? Welcome. So today's video is on kombucha. So kombucha is a really healthy drink, and I'm sort of getting into the bit of the healthy thing now, and it's quite funny how things like kombucha are coming back into the mix, where before it was all just crap, you know, and now that society's really seeing that everything's so unhealthy, all the processed shit, that we're reverting back to our old ways, you know, like, and it's quite funny as we're all going all these electricity and all this shit now, but things are getting so dear, we have to think about other ways, and the other ways are the old ways. So things like that, getting back to the mix, and kombucha, it's really rich in probiotics. It's healthy for your guts. It helps with all your immune system, with all your getting sick and getting stuff like that, and it's just awesome. And we lose stuff like that, and that's why we probably get sick quite often now, because we lost all the nutritious and all the food off the land, which used to give us all the bacteria to survive and kill all that bad shit. So now we're not getting all that good bacteria. It's actually affects us in bad ways. So it's also good for the heart. It's good for your weight, for depression and anxiety. It also has a bit of sugar in it, but what happens is with the fermentation process, it actually eats the sugar. So you don't actually end up having sugar in it, because it's all been eaten up, and it's a fizzy drink. It's quite an acquired taste, but hey, it's better than drinking Coke and all that kind of shit. And I know it's Coke and all that can be quite nice, but after you stop drinking that kind of shit for a while, it ends up being quite horrid. You know, I'm not a big Coke drinker. I'm a bit caffeine intolerant, so it whacks with me a little bit. So I've been into the kombucha quite regularly, and now it's just coming out onto the shelves in the shops and everything. So this video today is just how we make a starter for kombucha. So thank you very much for sticking by, and let's get into it. You'll need a jar, 3 black tea bags, cheesecloth, 6 tablespoons of sugar, a SCOBY, and a bit of residue from your old batch, and you can put your instructions here. This is a kit. And 1 litre of hot water, cooled. And then add the SCOBY once cool to the jar. Okay guys, now we start by pouring 1 litre of hot water into this jar here with the black tea bags. So we put that in there, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to set the other stuff aside, and we're going to let that black tea stew for a while. We're going to stir it up, then we're going to add some sugar while it's still hot to dissolve that sugar down. You always work with a wooden spoon. You never work with metal, because it does something to the fermentation process, I think. So I'm just going to squeeze these tea bags out, get as much as I can. It's black tea. So I'm just going to pump those here and squeeze all I can out of these black tea bags. Okay, I'm going to remove these tea bags now. And we're going to add the sugar. So we have 6 tablespoons of sugar in here, in a 1 litre jar. Just adding that to the hot water to dissolve all the sugar. and then we let that cool. Okay, our sugar's now dissolved and it's cool, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add the starter and the SCOBY. If you can see, the SCOBY is that round thing floating in there, which you need to start the kombucha. So what we do is just get this and we pour that in there. Beautiful. That's done there. So now what we do is we just get this mesh here, open it up, we put it over that, sweet, there we have our kombucha ready to go. Our SCOBY in there, everything's ready. What's happening, guys? My kombucha is ready now. It's sitting for 5 days. So that's her there. So I've got my SCOBY in there. Here's my SCOBY. Formed really well. So now what I'm doing, I'm putting 1/4 cup of blackberries in this bottle. I'll rinse the bottle out with hot water. I'm also going to put some honey in it. So I'll squirt some of this honey in it. That'll help make it a bit fizzier. It just tastes really nice. Just a bit of honey. Hopefully got enough in there. Put that inside our bottle. It's already quite bubbly in there, so that's a good sign. Yeast and stuff in there, tip all that in. Might just put a bit more in there. Do that, I'll put a bit more in this. Sweet, leave a bit for fermentation in there. And then the rest goes back into my jar. With a couple more spoonfuls of sugar in there and water. And then that's ready to go again for the next lot. So we'll chuck that in, put this back here. And here we have our blackcurrant and honey, or blackberry and honey kombucha. Just mix that honey up in the bottom there. Dissolve it all. But that's it. Fizzing already. Leave that for a couple of days. And we're ready to rock.